It's your girl Tang Gang, baby, and today I got another exclusive episode on the podcast. Today we got a very exclusive interview with Clarissa Zuniga, and this is very special because, you know, over the week she had got incarcerated. We actually got her here on the phone right now, so we're going to jump right into this. What's real?
Hello, this is a prepaid call from... He says, an inmate at the Cobb County Adult Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $21.76. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, Clarissa, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. So, we just did the intro here over at the podcast, and we introduced you. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Clarissa Zuniga, but I'm also known by China Dog, Baby China.
Okay.
Either or is fine.
All right. So we just gonna run past it really quickly. So over this past week, it was over the news that you had got incarcerated, and it was some hefty charges that you was incarcerated by. You could have did several interviews, but you decided to, you know, reach out to me. So me as your advocate, I want to, you know, tell your side of the story and get it out there to where everybody understands what's really going on. So just to clear up the rumors right now, you know, a few of your charges had came out, one of them being kidnapping. Can you clear up some of that?
Yes. I'm not charged with kidnapping. I couldn't possibly get charged with kidnapping because I have primary custody of all my children.
Okay. With that being said, what are your charges right now?
My charges are burglary with deadly weapon, home invasion, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree.
Okay.
The first two are felonies, and the last one is a misdemeanor.
Okay. All right. Clarissa, just so we get a better understanding, take us back to the beginning before the whole situation actually occurred, from your point of view.
Okay, well, baby father had been stood up for, you could say now, a year and a half, going on to 6 years. This whole past year and a half has been a roller coaster for me. Not really been involved with my kids. He probably has paid me anywhere from $500 to $1,200 in the past year and a half. I've been the one taking care of my kids by myself. The doctor's appointments, paying $4.90 a week for daycare, the food, the car insurance, the car notes, everything was really horrible and hard on me. My son, my 1-year-old, his name is D'Angelo. He's adorable. Well, he caught COVID-19 twice this year. The first time he caught it on July 4th. The second time he caught it in September. Around September, my daughter also caught the hand-foot-mouth disease at daycare. So, I don't know if a lot of people know, but the hand-foot-mouth disease is really spreadable. So, basically, my son and my daughter couldn't be in contact for a good week or so. Because when my son got COVID, his fever was so high, he ended up getting fever seizures. So, we were in the children's hospital, in and out. Foam was coming out his mouth. His body was going into multiple seizures. Sometimes it would be 2-3 a day. Sometimes it wouldn't be any. Sometimes it would be all day. His fever was horrible. His body started shaking a lot. But he's made it. He's good. He's strong. He's awesome. A lot of people pass away from COVID. So when my 1-year-old had got it, it scared a lot. So let me shorten the story now. So after that happened, I asked my baby father, is there any way that you can help me out with my daughters? He said no, that he doesn't care about them, that if I need money, I can go ahead and, you know, prostitute myself or get money from my friends and stuff like that. He was really bitter about me and him breaking up, but I didn't let that stop me. So I ended up going to his mother's house, and I ended up taking my daughters there, and I told her, whether y'all like it or not, I need help. I'm in the hospital with my son. If his seizure lasts more than 15 minutes, he can get autism or brain damage. Seizures are not a joke at all. If you haven't seen once, and they're not jokes. My son, this whole past 2 months, hits his head sometimes on purpose, gets very angry, throws things on the floor, but he's so lovable, he's awesome, he's great, he's getting stronger. It's just the fact that he went through all that, he ended up just going through a lot of things. So, that's for the story. When I ended up taking, I'm sorry, the officers are yelling. Okay, so back to the story. So when I was in the hospital with my son, my daughters were with his mother at the time, and he was in the hospital for a few days, and we ended up getting released. At the time, I had my 1-year-old and my 3-year-old, and he had the girls. So after all this situation happened, I tried to get in contact with him, and I'm like, hey, how are my daughters? How are they? You know, you're getting better. I didn't hear any response from him.
Right.
I asked him if he cared about my son. He didn't care. He says, I don't want to get in contact with him. I'm going to end up getting COVID. He was just being immature, but I let that roll off. So I accepted the fact that I had to give my son full attention. So a week passed, 2 weeks passed, 3 weeks passed. I just being able to talk to my daughters. My daughters said that they didn't like their life. They didn't understand why they had to be with their dad. And how was my son? How was their brother? And I ended up telling them that he's fine, but he was fighting for his life. I have a lot of people that can vouch for me on that. But hopefully everything's going to go great with his health. He's still doing good. He does get a few seizures a couple times a week, but he's still fighting strong for his life.
Right.
After that, it was around Halloween, and I was getting upset because my baby father was letting me get in contact with them, letting me talk to them, everything. But you know, I'm a supportive person, and I feel like, you know, maybe he's just not used to this new parent life. So I ended up, you know, cash apping him 150 a week, trying to help him out, trying to reach out to my daughters, and I didn't get any response. Well, when on Halloween day, I ended up calling his phone, and his girlfriend answered the phone, and she told me that I need to stop trying to talk to him, that I'm not allowed to have any of him, that that's pregnant now, that she's pregnant, and, you know, that I know that I'm from, stay away from him. And honestly, I don't care what type of relationship he dates, I don't care who he's with, I just hope the best for him. But the simple fact that they were being very better towards me when all I wanted to do was to see how my daughters were. And she said I wasn't allowed to. So on Halloween day, I got really upset and I started crying, and I heard my little girl in the background. She came out, she's like, is that my mommy? What is she telling you? I want to talk to her. And she was like, oh yeah, go to your room. And the lady was like, no, I want to talk to my mommy. What is she saying? And she's like, go to your room. And I literally told her, you need to stop talking to my daughter like that. She's like, I don't give a bitch. She was like, your daughter should be with you, but they're not. And she hung up the phone on me.
Wow.
It broke my heart. But I still kept my cool. Was making the record. The first week, my depression started getting worse. I was like, what the hell? So, you know what? I'm not going to let this keep going on. So I ended up going to the police department. I made a report, and they told me that I'm not allowed to make a report until I know what county my kids are at. So I ended up driving to his mother's house. She told me they were at. I ended up driving to his mother's house. They told me they didn't know where she was. So I went to Cobb County, and I made a police report in each county. They told me that if I let my baby father get my kids, then technically it's not kidnapping or emergency report. But I didn't have any contact with my kids or my baby father.
Right.
So I did it the right way. So I ended up reaching out to a few of my friends, and I said, do y'all know where the girlfriend lives? Or, you know, have y'all seen my baby father? They were
Right.
at the club. And like, so I ended up finding where the address was at. So I ended up pulling up to the address, and I ended up calling the police there. And knocked on the door. Well, I knocked on the door. The officer said he would take the time. Knocked on the door. Be there. Perfect. I knocked on the door. So like, what? Just called the officer that. So she wants to see where her kids are at. She said, well, they're not here. And then he was like, well, can I check the house? She's like, do you have a warrant? And she's like, I didn't think so. So she shut the door. And then the officer was like, go stand by my car. So I stood by the car. And the officer was like calling like other units, I guess. And I ended up hearing like a noise in the far away behind her mobile home. So I told the officer, like, I think my baby father is probably sneaking out the window with my daughter. He was like, shut up. I don't have time to deal with this. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. And I was like, so she's allowed to do this? Like, you're getting rude with me for no reason. I was like, you're just getting rude with me for anything, for no reason. So the officer really didn't even care. So finally he knocked again. He was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to get a warrant today. He was like, but do you mind if I check your home and try to see if the girls are there? And she said, go ahead. But that bitch, I don't want her in my house. And then he was like, go stand over there. Like, he was being rude. Also, so I stood by the door. Stood by the car. And he ended up going inside the house. And he checked it out briefly. And he came out not even 30, 40 seconds. I was like, they're not there. She was like, I told you. And she was just laughing. And I was crying. I was like, why are you being mean to me? Like, why are y'all even like, I'm just trying to see if my daughter's okay.
Right.
She was like, well, I don't know anything. She was like, me and him are dating. He lives here, but your kids, I do not know where they're at. I thought you're supposed to know. You're the mother, aren't you? So they were just trying to make it seem like I was crazy.
Right. So after going through the whole battle of trying to, do it the right way, go about, the legal way of handling the situation, seeking the law enforcement, them unable to help, then
I was also contacting defects. There's multiple. I did emails. I texted them, and even the last message I got from defects was the end of September, and that was because his girlfriend was making reports towards me. Mm-hmm. Literally, I have a message on my phone that the defect says, "Mom, you're doing a great job. Thank you for FaceTiming me. Everything seems great. Keep up the good work." After that, I texted her, hello, case manager. This was with Fulton County. They didn't do anything at all. So I was like, okay, that's fine. The officer, that day, we went to the girlfriend's house. She told me that if I go back to the home, I'm considered trespassing. So I didn't go back over there. So now it came Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came, and obviously in Thanksgiving, I'm sorry, it's really loud here. But, and Thanksgiving came, and, hold on, I'm sorry. So Thanksgiving came around, and I wasn't allowed to. I'm sorry. It's really loud. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
So around Thanksgiving time came, and I still wasn't able to talk to my daughters, and that drove me crazy. Honestly, I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like, these are my daughters. I have primary necessity, and I can't afford a Lord. I can't afford a Lord with all these bills piling up on me from the hospital, from the baby going through seizures every night, staying up all night, having to provide day and night. It was horrible. He just died. He didn't even care. So I made it. No, who can help me? Just so my birthday was on November 23rd of this year. I turned 24 years old.
Okay.
I'm not allowed to see my daughters. I ended up making a fake and I said, look, I know your girlfriend goes to your phone and does something, but can I please talk to my daughter? And he was like, excuse me. Alone. Me and my girlfriend are going to raise them. I ended up seeing that his girlfriend was posting pictures of my daughter's son. But they were...
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Okay, you kind of breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm sorry. So I ended up, that night, on December 1st, I ended up, just asking, my friends if they can go with me to go get my daughters. Not because I wanted to get anybody hurt or damaged, but she has threatened me. And my baby father, he has a history of domestic abuse with me.
Right.
I was 15 when I told him. And I gave him everything I could ever give a man, like love, loyalty, respect, and everything. But he was for me, and I accepted. He could get rid of him. Mm-hmm. Walk there as well. Then I went. Now this basically mother called me, and she told me to go save her, because.
So, Clarissa, we having some connection issues with the phone. Yeah, we can hear you, but for some reason, when we start talking about the night of the situation, it kind of is like breaking out.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay, so can you hear me now perfectly? Or
perfectly. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. If you have to fix, you gotta mess with the wires here on the phone. They're so old. But basically, the night of the incident, I went there and a desperate mode because I went through the authority, I went through defects, and they weren't doing anything. So my daughter called me 2 weeks ago and told me she used one of her friend's phones on school bus, and she called me. She told me to go save her. I said, "What's going on, baby?" And she said, "Mom, they're putting hot water. His girlfriend's putting hot water on me when she showers me, and it hurts really bad. And I'm telling her to stop, and she doesn't. She spanks me in my butt really hard. She hits my face. She pulls my hair. She says that I'm ugly just like you, and Daddy doesn't do anything." My daughter also let me know that my baby father hits her with boxing gloves on. So I'm assuming he does that to not leave marks. So when my daughter told me that the abuse was going on, I gave zero. What happened? My damn liberty or my freedom.
Right.
I had to get my daughter out of there. So I'm not going to accept nobody to put fear in my kids' heart at all. I don't like that. Everybody always tells me that I spoil my kids and I give them so much love and I let them do whatever. It's not that. It's just kids are kids, and you're supposed to love them and treat them with respect, because whatever you feed it to them at a young age is what they're going to let out when they get older.
When they get older, right.
So I went ahead and I told my friends, like, this is going on. And they're like, well, let's go. I have a fractured back as well. So I'm not going to go and get beat up or get dragged by both of them.
Right. So you just brought somebody, you brought somebody who could protect, the situation.
Yes, and the officer, he did warn me that I was trespassing. So I ended up driving up there, and I didn't get out the car. I didn't see the beginning moments of what happened, but when they came up with one little girl, which is one of my daughters, I said, no. Where are my other daughters? And I'm not gonna disclose too much information, but I basically went back in there, and I said, babies, like, where are my kids? And I already said, bitch, where are my kids? And I heard my daughter, Mommy, to the Leah, Julie, and I ran to the right side of the trailer. My baby father was on the left side with his girlfriend in the room, and I went to the right side. They were in the shower. I got them out, and when I barely walked out the door, you can hear in the camera. This is the part they cut off. Mommy, you saved me.
Mommy, you saved me.
I got in the car, and they were like, Mommy, like, I love you, like, you saved me, like, she's so mean. And we drove off, and, apparently, I'm not sure if I got stitched on or read it on, I don't know what happened, and I'm not gonna, and I hope I didn't, but if it did, I'm not mad at nobody. I understand, I take full accountability for what happened.
Right.
I'm grateful for the friends and support that I have out there.
Right.
But everybody knows that I'm 24, and I have 6 kids, and when it comes to my kids, I'll do anything. For them. So, I'll jump off, and, like, I got them clothes, I showered them, I loved them, I gave them snacks, I fed them dinner, I played with them, and my sons were so happy to see my daughter. We were reunited again.
Right.
So I ended up getting a hotel room just to duck off for a little bit, and I gave them melatonin gummies. I took some melatonin gummies so we could have a great night. It was the kid version, not the Osprey or the adult version. The kid, because I did not want them to be staying up all night wondering what was going on. And we fell asleep, and then by 7 in the morning, Decatur, the Super 8 Decatur on Church Street was raided by Cobb County. Raided. And I was just crying because I'm like, oh my God, like, I can ask for child care. It's CBT, medication, daycare, everything's me. But as soon as that I do something, they just try to...
They respond quickly, yeah. So just playing the advocate, coming from the situation that this is coming from, and me being a mother as well, I'm going to see a side to where I understand. You know what I'm saying? I have some understanding of this. But for those who want to paint a negative narrative or a negative picture about you, how would you have handled this situation different, and what did you learn from this incident?
I learned from this incident that you have to keep your kids close. Because I don't know if y'all know, but a father just got shot by going to go get his court order. The police can see one thing, but in reality, nobody cares as much as you do for your own child.
Right.
Nobody's gonna love you just like you do. And I was so desperate to get my daughters. I went through the law enforcement. I called these back. I did everything, but it was too expensive and time consuming to keep bothering them because all they keep saying is money, lawyers, money, lawyers. Like, what the hell? That's all they care about. I try to do everything in a positive way, but it did not go in favor. I encourage a lot of people to anytime you have a domestic abuse, any type of dispute, make a report. Go to the police. I know it's not gonna help. It didn't help in my favor. And honestly, right now he's doing interviews. They're saying he got stabbed. He didn't get stabbed. He's doing interviews the next day. Chains on, and next to by his kids of hair. Not Christmas might be sad, but I have court on the 22nd.
22nd.
I'm saying that I get released, and I hope and encourage anybody to go out there and support me. I did do a mistake. I made a mistake by reacting in an impulse decision, which I should have just analyzed the situation. But how can you analyze the situation when your daughters are calling for you to help them?
Right.
And honestly, a lot of people have been abused as a child, as an adult, and people love to use children as a tool to control their parents when they're but honestly, after 7 years of being constantly emotionally and confused and setting up with myself, and the one time that I asked for help, okay. But I just hope and pray that everything goes well. I am looking at about 10 years in prison. Whatever time they give me, I'm perfectly gonna write that out like a mother gangster because I'm a mom and I love my kids. And when God gave me the gift, and I know it's about what happened. At the same time, I wasn't there at the beginning of the part. Well, I didn't witness anything for the second part. I just went in there and grabbed my daughters. That's all I wanted was my kids.
Right.
The only thing I wanted was my kids. And now I'm in a messed up position. And but honestly, since I've been arrested, greater things have happened more than what I thought. I think this was meant to be. My mom reached out to me, my sisters, my family in Texas. They're just trying to rule me out as a gangbanger. They're talking on the news that I have a tattoo from 956. That's an area code. That's the border of Mexico and Texas. I'm from there. I'm Mexican. I love who I am. And honestly, they just look at me and they see my tattoos and they just judge me. But they don't understand that I work at daycare. They don't understand that I do my taxes. I'm a subcontractor. I do nails, hair, makeup, model, I rap, I do it. Everything. And it's just crazy how one mistake stopped me here. But, child molesters get away with 3 to 6 months in jail now. Child abusers and domestic partners, everybody gets away with it. But when a mom does something, they want to make it seem like I'm a monster and I'm not. And just to clear up my mugshot, I was in booking for 2 days. I was really, really, really cold. I was crying my eyes out because I know when I arrested my kids, I don't want mom away from me.
So
This is because I missed them. That's it. I just missed them, and it's just that I would have been younger and maybe just want to have action. But me having a good heart and letting a man get away with all this and not fighting for child support and not getting my rights, I'm in a mess with it now. And now he's playing victim and going to interviews, and this is what people wanted to see.
right.
Support me and support me, but at the same time, still give it down. I need his opinion. Unless it's positive, and I really, really hope I get to get justice for it.
So praying everything goes good because we never know how the outcome might hit, and we did get your point of view. We're gonna wrap this up, but upon wrapping up, if you could say anything to your daughters right now, what would that be?
Just keep fighting and be you, baby girl. Go to school, be independent, don't depend on the man, and use your voice.
And that's it. Listen, I will be at your court date on the 22nd as an advocate for you. I'm supporting what you're doing. I'm glad that you reached out to me and I can be support on your end. We wanted to paint the best picture as possible because we understand, as I understand as mothers, it isn't easy, especially when we're trying to deal with the other side, and we don't equal up in that relationship no more, and it's kind of like me versus you and this my child, your child type of thing. We want to end that. I'm going to fight until I can't fight anymore about this case. We're definitely going to push this. I'm going to keep you in my prayers. And I believe that this will end well. Okay, I'm going to keep hopes in my prayer alive, because I understand as a mother, and all mothers out there understand, when it comes to your kids, there's no limits that you won't go. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, they just happen to get a story that wasn't backed with you know, anything of you. So this right now was an exclusive interview from Clarissa, we're about to end. Is there anything you want to say before we end this interview?
Yes, I want to say that life is too short, and I just think that there needs to be a better system when it comes to co-parenting. I believe a lot of fathers are in debt with child support. A lot of mothers are in debt with the father not helping, and you know, it's always three sides to the story: the truth, the father's side, and the mother's side. And I just hope, and I encourage a lot of fathers and mothers out there, grow up, get along, because life is too short and your children are watching. I mean, I might not be the perfect example of it, but at the end of the day, I don't want this to happen or go on to another desperate parent. Justice serves both sides, and whatever is coming, and I take full accountability for my actions. And I just hope people who really, really know me really can just know to try to support me and say the truth of how things are. I'm tired of saying that I kidnapped the kids and he got stabbed. None of that is true. He just got roughed up a bit, and I do feel bad and horrible for that. But at the same time, I didn't witness anything. I just want to get my daughters and get out. But I hope everything goes well, and I am grateful for my friends, and you know, just hope everything goes well with the case.
No doubt, man. Shout out to my boy Chino for setting this all up. He definitely is another advocate of Clarissa, and we are going to see about setting up. Do you have any GoFundMe's or anywhere they can donate right now to the cause?
I don't have the link on me right now because I'm in Miami on a vacation right now.
Okay.
So I'm incarcerated, but I'll make sure that I'll make sure that my friends send you the link for that. You can talk to my friend right there sitting next to the
Okay.
He should have the information for all that, but
most definitely we'll gather up that information and definitely put it in the description box below. We're gonna wrap this up. Court on the 22nd. We're gonna keep this going, and we'll come out with the final outcome on what's going on. We'll update you guys on everything. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Clarissa.
Thank you so much for saying thank you. I appreciate you, and keep it going. Keep your head up, and I hope everything goes well. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Sleep nice.
Good night.
So there y'all got it, man. Alright, put it back. There y'all got it. We just had an exclusive interview. As y'all can tell, this isn't no one who is...
Hold up, redo it. My bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. This isn't nobody who's angry. This isn't nobody who's evil. This isn't no one who seems to be like she's kidnapping. This was simply a mother in desperate need trying to get help for her kids to be able to see her children. So with this being said, we're going to keep her in our prayers. We're going to have in the description box how you can help, how you could donate. And to keep this story active, just follow me at Wutz Real, WUTZREAL. That's on all social media platforms to stay updated on this case. Appreciate y'all for listening. Stay tuned for another episode. Wutz Real Podcast. Let's go.